Hello, welcome to episode 45 of Week in Watches, a weekly look back at the people, news, and stories from the industry. I'm your host, Blake Bettner, this week, and we have a lot of collaborations to talk about. Almost everything that we're talking about this week is a collaboration, except for a special shout out to a single brand that we will get to at the very end. We're going to lead things in here with Timex, who's done a collaboration with Huckberry. Believe it or not, there used to be a time where you could get activity devices, sports watches that didn't track every single thing that you did. They're more or less timers. Back in the 90s, there was a Timex Ironman Flicks. This had 100-lap memory, a memo section. It didn't track your mileage or your heart rate or anything fancy like that, but it could time your laps and do it pretty accurately and in a style that I dare say is kind of missing from this modern tech. Timex and Huckberry have brought this watch back in its late 90s. Guys, it looks fantastic. It's only 110 bucks, and it's kind of got that 90s style of tech that I wish more brands and more tech devices would lean into a little bit today. That said, it's very much of its era, and you're either gonna love that or you're not. But if you're looking for like a nice workout companion that's not tracking your every breath and step, this is a good option for you, and it looks pretty cool to boot. Next, we're moving over to a new release from Czapek. This is another collaboration done with Collective Horology, our friends over at Collective. This is a new Antarctique P04. It's called the Lanikai. And that Lanikai comes from the inspiration for the dial, which is a beach in Hawaii. The dial incorporates a beautiful light blue wave pattern that's all done in enamel. And because the shape of the dial is kind of bowl-shaped and filled in with the layers of enamel, it really plays into with the lighting here. So it will shift from looking like the waves are slightly moving and light is catching some of the peaks and shadows in the troughs. Very beautiful dial, very conceptual. There are no hour markers or chapter rings or date windows or anything like that to get in the way. If you enjoy this kind of inspiration and this dial, it's all dial and it lets you enjoy it. This also has the new Czapek bracelet, which has the quick extension system built into the clasp, which is quite handy. And of course, the beautiful, lovely, stunning SX45 micro rotor movement that is beautifully finished in the back, which is of course visible through case back. This is 40.5 millimeters, very thin, I think around 10 millimeters in thickness, wears beautifully on the wrist. 50 of these will be made for a little over $26,000. But if you get into that beach lifestyle, you need a dial that looks like you could crawl into and live inside of, this is your ticket. This episode is brought to you by the Wind Up Watch Fair, which starts in just less than a week from now, on Friday in San Francisco. If you are in the Bay Area, we would love to see you. Be sure to stop by. We have over 60 exhibiting brands that will be there. We'll be there. We've got some panels going on. We'll have a few interviews. We'd love to meet you and talk to you. Wind Up Watch Fair is happening next weekend. Again, you can go to windupwatchfair.com for all the details. We hope to see you there. And now, back to the show. Next up, we're moving to a pair of new releases featuring really brilliant red textured dials. The first one is Straum and Fratello, who have brought a new lava red fume dial to a watch, 39mm case. The texture is meant to emulate flowing lava around the dial. It's quite dramatic, quite lovely as well. This is an integrated watch that's using a Salida movement. It's around 1,600 euros. So you can keep an eye out for that. We've got more details on that on oneandwound.com right now, along with all the watches that I'm talking about. I'll be honest with you right now. The next one is from Atelier Wen, which did a collaboration with Revolution. This is a Perception in titanium. This is a $3,400 watch with 40 millimeters, and this is using a Chinese lattice pattern on the chapter ring, and it's got a rose engine guilloche dial, again in kind of a brilliant red. Both of these dials are really stunning, very different territories with where they lean into with these textures, but I think both are really well done, and neither are gonna really break the bank. And they're both integrated sport watches if you like that kind of thing. It seems to be really on trend right now. Both of these are really great options. Okay, we're gonna wrap things up with a shout out to our friends at Norqain, who celebrated their 5-year anniversary this week. They released 5 new watches within some of their existing collections, including a 40mm Independence skeleton, which has a nicely opened up base plate for you to enjoy that kinesi movement inside. These look quite sharp. They're offered in a PVD, on a bracelet. You can get them on a rubber strap as well. I've got details on all 5 of the releases, again, on oneandwound.com right now. That is episode 45 of A Week in Watches. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like and share. Until next time, take care.